Can you please get us started with opening remarks?
Hi, guys. I think we'll cut straight to the chase. I thought we were absolutely robbed from a poor refereeing decision. There's too many times I sit here and think, I try and give the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know what these referees are doing during the week. I've got to say, clearly a goal by Julian Carranza. Like I say, I thought the team for their efforts in the last two games. I accepted the decision on Wednesday night, even though it could have gone the other way. I accepted it. I'm not accepting that today. I'm not accepting that because of the efforts of the team. I'm not accepting that because this is a professional league that's one of the toughest in the league to win, and we've got officials that are making such poor decisions like that. And ultimately, I've got to fight and stand up for my team and for my football club. And ultimately, we were robbed of points tonight because of a poor referee decision that isn't just a one-off. I'm seeing it time and time again. I'm frustrated, a little bit emotional, I'm sure. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 or 6 times, and not once did I think it was a foul. We spend probably millions of pounds on VAR to check decisions like that, and I don't know what they're thinking of not giving the foul. So ultimately, my thoughts on the game are totally clouded by what was probably the worst decision that we've had this season. And we've had some bad ones. And I've sat here and tried to defend referees. And I know Howard Webb really well. And I've got a lot of respect for Howard Webb. But I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing with these officials at this moment in time in terms of making poor decisions like that. And then they're reviewing them and not overturning them. And like I say, I can only talk the truth. And that is my feeling coming out to this game, in a game where I thought we produced a really good away performance. We lacked that finishing ruthlessness that we spoke about the other day in terms of the final third, where we need our big players to stand up and start taking opportunities and start scoring goals. That's what they're paid to do. That's what we bring them into this football club for. So there's no excuses. We switch off for a set play, which was so disappointing in terms of the focus that has been on that area in the last couple of weeks and the determination. And we get punished for one mistake. So that's my feelings. I always thought as a manager I would tell the truth, and that's how I feel at this moment in time. I feel totally in a place where we didn't get what we fully deserved, and I have to protect my players who have worked so hard. I have to protect the football club for what was a poor decision against our football club.
If you have a question, raise your hand. As a reminder, 1 question per turn. We'll get started with Michelle, then Mike.
Okay, Phil, so you answered that. Was going to be one of my questions. How do you bounce back from this? I mean, obviously, if you're emotional, I'm sure everybody else in there is emotional. The team probably felt like they did a lot, other than they still didn't score a goal though until the 88th minute or whatever. But how do you bounce back and make this team believe that it still has a chance at the playoffs, coming off a disappointment like that?
Well, I think that's my job. That's my job to keep believing. Things can change so quickly. The gap is becoming big, and the clock is ticking. And obviously, you can't beat the clock. And ultimately, there is a time when ultimately we're probably going to have to win. 7 games left. Is there 7 games left? Yeah, 7 games left. We're going to have to probably win 5, 6 out of our last 7 games. We've done that. We've been on a run like that, but that's the run that we need to go on. Our game in hand is next week in New York Red Bulls, which is a real tough game. Performance levels, I think, over the last two games have been, really good. I sit on the bench and I feel really comfortable the way that we're playing in terms of the system, in terms of the players' performance. But ultimately, it's about scoring goals at the end of the day. And we need to score more goals. We need to be more ruthless. We're getting into some great opportunities and being careless, and it's unacceptable. And if we want to make the playoffs, we've got to start scoring 3 goals in every game, and winning games very fast.
Next question, Mike, then Franco.
Thank you, Rafa. Phil, I appreciate your honesty, and the outcome is not what you wanted. You were angry, visibly angry. Is that a good thing moving forward, that this team must be angry now with 7 games left, 8 points out of the final playoff spot?
Yeah, I was angry. I was angry because I was angry with the I was angry with the decision. I was angry with the decision because I thought it was a brilliant goal. Cross from the left-hand side. Julian Carranza would have been his first goal of the season. He's brilliant in the air. He'd worked so hard. He'd come on. He was hungry. And I felt as if that was what this road trip deserved. The players have been absolutely sensational on and off the field. There's a real togetherness. And I thought that that's what we deserved. And ultimately, we didn't get what I felt we deserved in both games. And yes, we've got to be angry. Yes, we've got to be disappointed because ultimately we've conceded a goal when we've not sprinted back into our position to defend a simple cross into the box that we defended so well. So I am very angry. I'm angry with one or two things, and ultimately, it's a bitter pill to swallow at this moment in time. And we congratulate Portland, who are a good team. And they get the 3 points, and we've got to be humble in our defeat, but it's still difficult.
Last two questions, Franco and then Jose. Go ahead, Franco.
Thank you, Rafa. Hey, Phil, I understand the frustration with the ending of the game there. I'm going to ask you about the game itself or an aspect of it. If I know it might be tough to really hone in on it right now, but yeah. With Gonzalo Higuain, you touch on the ruthlessness that's lacking. Obviously, he's the big name player on this team, the finisher, the one that's proven it over his career. I know we've talked about over the season his positioning, dropping back, looking for the ball at times. You've been playing him up top, but in a bit further behind Robbie over the last 2 games. Why aren't we seeing Gonzalo in the box more, where he can finish things off? Why are we seeing him drop back to pick up the ball? And I know he's playmaking, creating for others, but why not have him in the box where it's his strength and it's obviously a weakness of the team?
Yeah, well, I think it's been, I suppose even some games last season, he found himself outside the box being the creator rather than the finisher. And ultimately, we played 2 up front with Robbie and with Gonzalo. We knew that Robbie would run in behind. We knew that Gonzalo had the qualities to find those passes. But ultimately, when the ball gets to the byline, there was a couple of cutback crosses where Gonzalo did have some really good opportunities. And I go back to what I see in this league. The big players stand up when it really matters. And that's what we need our big players to do. Ultimately, that's what we need. We need our big players to stand up. Rodolfo, Gonzalo, Luis, Robbie. Because we need goals, we need more creativity, we need them to be more ruthless, we need them to take the chances that they get. We had 11 shots on goal, I think, in this football game, which is more than what we've had in most games at home, never mind away. So there was lots of opportunities to have real good moments to score goals. And like I say, the clock is ticking now, where we can't just say, oh, it'll be the next game. We can't just keep waiting for the next game to turn it around. We need to deliver now. And players are playing for the places.
Last question, Jose.
Thank you, Rafa. Phil, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Robbie Robinson. If you can explain a little bit what you're asking from him with Higuain coming to the middle of the field a little bit more to get more touches. What are you asking from him? And if you feel he's struggling a little bit connecting with his teammates, it seems like he runs around a lot, but he's not as effective with passes or touches inside the box. Thank you.
Well, we're asking him to lead the line. I don't know if you watched the game on Wednesday night, Jose. I thought it was really good in terms of his movement. We didn't always find him with that with the passes, the right passes, but ultimately he had our best chance of the game in Atlanta. He had a couple of chances today where I thought he should have done better in terms of backing into the box, turning and shooting. And ultimately, when you play these teams away from home, look, these are in the playoff position in the Western Conference. You're not going to get floods and floods and floods of opportunities. And the 1 or 2 opportunities that you get, and we had 11 shots at goal today, and we probably had 3 or 4 really good chances. You have to be ruthless to take them. You have to be ruthless to stick the ball in the back of the net and not to think, oh, I'll score the next one. The real top strikers, the real best strikers in the world, the real best strikers in this league, punish you. And that ruthlessness is what Robbie is. We're trying to educate him on. We're trying to teach him. We're trying to develop him, and he's trying to learn that. And he's a young boy that's still trying to learn how to become a real top player. And we have big hopes for him. We've invested a lot in him, and ultimately we hope that the goals will come with the practice and the education that we're giving him.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay, guys.